Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Channel. Today, we are breaking down one of the most exciting matchups of the week in the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos at Mile High Stadium. This one gets fans off their seats. This game is going to be electric. Kyle, are you not ready for this game?
Yeah, this is the game I'm most excited about this weekend.
Yep, absolutely. All right, we're going to dive right into it. I'm going to start off with my overall take here, and then we're going to get into the nitty gritty. My overall take is that the Bills are taking this game. And the reason for that is they have a better quarterback in Josh Allen, who's going against a better defense in the Denver Broncos. So this is going to be the time where I'm taking a quarterback over the better defense. The Broncos defense, folks, 68 sacks this year, which is fifth most in NFL history. That is just phenomenal numbers. But why am I taking the Bills? Because this has to be Josh Allen's year. This is no Lamar, no Mahomes. If he doesn't do it this year, he's never going to do it. He needs to do it this year, and I want him to because I love him as a player. He's electric out there, and he's got a great personality. Buffalo has a better run game than Denver, which I think is going to help them out. For Christ's sakes, Josh Allen had a 10-yard push last week in a playoff game, just showing how they can run the ball. The Broncos blitz a lot. This is going to cause issues for Josh Allen and this Bills offense. But he needs to utilize his legs to get out of those blitzes because when those blitzes come, everyone's going to be in man coverage lockdown. He needs to tuck the ball. He needs to find the open space, and he's got to get out of the pocket. Otherwise, he's going to get murdered back there. Outside of that, the Broncos are coming off a bye, which I don't normally love. And on top of that, this is a young Denver team. So I really question, will they be ready for this game? I hate teams coming off a bye. Kyle, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts are I think you're right. Buffalo is going to need to rely heavily on the run game with James Cook, with if anybody else is involved, Ray Davis, etc., and Josh Allen.
There
Josh
you go.
Allen, he needs to be big. They had quite a few little designed quarterback runs for Josh Allen last week, and he got pretty banged up.
He did
He's
get banged
he's
up.
he's get battling quite a few different things right now.
I
So
thought they did not run him enough last week, but he did get banged up. But I
he
thought he
got
only had
banged
30,
up quite
33,
a bit.
33 rushing yards is not enough. Like he's going to need more than that for them to
Well,
win
it
this
was
game.
just a tough defense to run against.
Of course, of course.
And it was a
It's
top run defense,
this
right?
this this defense ain't going to be any easier to run against or pass
Well,
against.
in the numbers say they are a little easier, but still an elite run defense and pass defense, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're going to have to do to win. They certainly can't get it done through the air for, much to save their life, it seems like this season. We all had higher hopes for Keon Coleman. Shakir has really been the only guy that's been somewhat consistent for him.
Yeah,
Cooks, though,
and,
showed up last week.
and
So they're going
Kincaid.
to need him to show up again. And then the tight ends are going to have to be involved in the passing game just to keep moving the chains, give these guys opportunities to score. And you got to see a little more James Cook this week, I think, be a little more like himself again as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he threw a ton of hitch routes to our boy Shakir last week. So I'm going to be very much watching those Denver cornerbacks. If they jump one of those, that could be an
Yeah.
opportunity for a pick six. That'll be something to keep our eyes on. Alrighty, folks. This game is Saturday, 3:30 p.m. Central at Mile High Stadium in Denver. Our betting analysis we're going to dive into real quick. The line started even, as in no favorite. It is now moved 1 point in favor towards the Broncos. So -1 for the Broncos, +1 for the Bills. The over-under is at 46 total. As I said, I'm taking the Bills +1 and I'm taking the over. I know it's two stronger defenses, but nonetheless, these teams can put up points, and Josh Allen's going to put up points, and Broncos are going to have to do that to match him. So that's my take on it. ChatGPT, as you know, we've been asking them just to see how accurate they are, which they were very accurate last week, by the way. They have the Bills +1, and they took the under. So good old artificial intelligence got the Bills +1 and the under. Kyle, where are you at on your picks?
I really want to take the Bills because I had them going to the Super Bowl, before the season even started.
Wow.
Um, and you do have, their kryptonite and the Chiefs out, but I haven't loved what I've seen, but and I've been very impressed with the Broncos, but I'm still going to take the Bills. We'll go with the Bills. If I was going to bet though, I'd probably have a bet against it just to bet against it, like I did the Bears and
Interesting.
Packers. But I'd like to see the Bills here.
Emotional hedge, but less emotional.
I
Yeah,
would do
and
the same thing again.
in my playoff bracket thing I made March Madness style, I actually have the Broncos winning this one, but that was less money invested in it. This would be, if you will. So I'm taking the Bills.
Bills.
Why don't you give everyone a fresh reminder about what happened last year?
Yeah, so last time these guys played was playoffs last year, and the Buffalo Bills whooped them 31-7. Denver, I think, only scored on their opening drive. And I do think the Bills actually match up pretty good against the Broncos. You know, the Broncos have a really great pass defense and they're hard to throw against, and they have great pass rushers as well.
Yep.
So if these guys can be physical, run the ball with the running back, the quarterback, keep moving the chains enough through the air with, you know, the plethora of the guys that Josh Allen throws to, not any one true receiver that they can lock down on. I think that's how they'll want to generate their offense, being physical and kind of hammering them and body blows throughout the game is what
Yeah.
I would see. And the Bills are more weak against running attacks, right? And we know that Denver has struggled a little bit without their two-headed Dobbins and Harvey. Harvey's not the best every down, right, through the tackles
Hmm.
guy. He's
Hmm.
a better pass catching third down guy is how I see him, but he's still a
Yeah.
talented running back. So
Yep.
that's how I would look at it. I think the Bills on paper just match up slightly better, but the Broncos have been playing really good football.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And last year, James Cook rushed for 23 carries, 120 yards against this Broncos defense. If they do that again, this game is over. So they're going to have to stop the run early. And after they stop the run, then they're going to have to pressure the heck out of Josh Allen. If that defense can do those things, I can easily see an argument made towards the Broncos taking this, because you're right. The Bills have looked a little less special towards the end of this year like they have in the past. But with that said, they're still putting up 30 points a game, second in the NFL, top 10 in passing and rushing in terms of the Bills. And the Broncos offense, I feel like, is one of the most balanced offenses, right? They don't need
Mm-hmm.
to pass, they don't need to run. They kind of just do a really great job of both of them. But they're going to have to run the ball against this Bills defense, because this Bills secondary is much better than their rush defense, like we kind of said.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be another game. This one especially, maybe even. I mean, the trenches are always important, but I think turnovers, right? I think this is going to be a big one on the turnover battle in this game.
Yeah, and when you think about that, Bo Nix, great young quarterback. I think Josh Allen beats him in the turnover battle just because he's more experienced. He's been here a little bit more, so I give them the advantage on that just due to the quarterback experience and talent. And again, there's no shade at Bo Nix; he's going to be an amazing quarterback. It's just how I take it.
I honestly think Josh Allen could have some turnovers in this game.
Well, with how much they pressure him and blitz him, he absolutely could. He absolutely could. Did you see that throw last week where Josh Allen was on his back foot, throws it 40 yards to basically save the game? It
Mm-hmm.
was like one of the greatest arm strength throws I've seen recently, where he was on his back foot and then the DB just bit a little bit and he just chucked it up there and found his guy to save the day. With that type of arm strength, you can never count this guy out.
Yeah, he's magical, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like the Bills to move on because I had them predicted to win, to go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
How about that? Um,
But the
what else you got
Patriots,
for?
the Patriots and Texans are looking pretty good over there also in the AFC.
Yes, they are. I think the AFC is way stronger than the NFC this year. I know it normally kind of is, but as I look at this playoff bracket, I'm like, man, there's two or three I could see on the AFC taking it, and not so easy on the NFC side. Due to
Yeah, I
quarter.
mean, no Eagles. 49ers lost their best offensive, second best offensive weapon probably in Kittle.
Mhm.
So, those two big NFC teams are taking some blows over there.
Yeah, I just see better quarterback play and better defensive play in these AFC teams. I mean, you think about the best in the
Hmm.
NFC, Sam Darnold. We know he can crap the bed
Hmm.
come playing against a good defense, and I know he's got a great defense. These AFC teams are just better put together defensively and at the quarterback position. I think the AFC
Hmm.
takes it this year, but this is just going to be, man, it's going to be a great game.
Yep. Okay. So you're betting on Buffalo.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I
You
have
got any
up there
other
right now.
side bets? Last
I
week you had
actually
a whole
have
bunch
one,
of little side bets.
yeah, I did. And I'll tell you guys what, I've never done a parlay or said it before, but I like this one a lot. My parlay right now is Bills plus 3.5 Josh Allen over 35 rushing yards and Bo Nix over 20 rushing yards.
I like
Quarterbacks
those.
love to run the football in the playoffs. Both quarterbacks are going to have to run the football in order to win this game. And I like the Bills plus 3.5 just because there's a little bit of cushion there in case the Broncos defense really does their thing. But that's my parlay. I get to about plus 300 just so you know. And you can get a little booster on that with Fanatics plus 50% on that. $50 to win like 350. So come on now. Get your bets out there.
All right, I support those.
Cool.
All right, you got anything else on this preview?
No, sir. It's going to be a good one. It's the first game of the weekend. We're going to start the weekend off with a great tone. And, man, let's hit somebody, huh?
Yeah, hopefully this is the most exciting game. I think it's going to be the most exciting game of the weekend.
It's the tightest one on the spread, so it probably will be.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Football Channel. We'll catch you guys in the next one.